At the beginning of this movie, we meet a rock band. This was a local band that used to perform in small bars to make a living. However, due to this work, their situation wasn't going very well. It's shown that when they were heading to a concert, their car ran out of gas. They ended up stealing fuel from someone else's car to reach their destination. But once they arrived, they found out that their concert had been canceled. Hearing this, they became very sad. Then the manager told them, "I have another opportunity for you. You can earn good money there. Plus, the manager at that place is my brother, Daniel." Hearing this, they felt hopeful again. Also, he warned them, "Yes, but be careful there. The place is full of Nazis, German soldiers who still follow Hitler's principles." Anyway, they eventually reach the bar and meet Daniel. Daniel takes them, along with someone else, to a green room. From there, they were supposed to head out and perform the concert. Now, because they were young, they couldn't resist doing something they were warned against. They deliberately performed a song that mocked the Nazis along with their friends. This angered the entire audience. But they were lucky that no one confronted them at that moment. After the concert, they received their payment and were about to leave. But Sam realized that she had left her mobile phone in the green room. Pat went back to retrieve it, but as soon as he entered the green room, he got shocked. There was a dead body lying on the floor. Dead girl's friend was standing nearby, crying. She pleaded, "Please call the police. Help me." Pat wanted to help, so he quickly picked up the phone and left the room. But then the gangsters caught him from behind. However, before they could stop him, he had already called the police. To handle the situation, the gangsters captured everyone and locked them in the green room. They knew the police would be coming soon. To cover up the murder, they deliberately staged a fight between two boys, so the police would think they were called for a simple brawl. The gangsters' plan worked well, and they managed to distract the police. But the worst part was that the four of them were now caught up in someone else's crime. During all of this, we see that the owner of the bar, who was also their boss, arrived. He already knew about the murder that had taken place here. In fact, this girl's murder and everything that happened here was all carried out on his orders. Now, the boss checked their car and see the pipe they used to steal petrol. Now, the boss ordered his men to remove the two who had murdered the girl from the crime scene. When the boss's assistant came to the green room to relay this message, the four of them, along with the two men, tried to escape. But the gangsters at gunpoint stopped them. Amber, the friend of the murdered girl, told them, "You're being kept here so they can kill you. Because you know their secret. They won't let you go." They wanted to escape, but the guard with the gun was stopping them from doing so. Meanwhile, the boss came there and ordered the guard to open the door. They realized that their time was running out, and that, if the door opened, they would be killed to save their lives. The four of them attacked the guard together. They managed to overpower him, while one of their companions succeeded in snatching the gun from his hand. The boss kept knocking on the door from the outside, but they refused to open it. Eventually, he got tired and left. He also knew that to get them out of here, he would have to take further action. First of all, he cleared everyone out of his bar. Meanwhile, Daniel arrived, the same boy who had first met them in this bar. Inside the room, the group was searching for a secret way out. While doing this, one of their companions discovered a bunker beneath the floor. Before they could open the bunker and escape, the boss reappeared at the door and started talking to them. He demanded, "Hand over the gun with dignity. This gun was used to murder the girl. If you don't give it to me, you'll be in trouble for possessing an unlicensed weapon. And secondly, I'll accuse you of the girl's murder." Hearing this, the group became frightened. Pat then opened the door to hand over the gun to the boss. Amber, who was standing by the room's ventilation, watched the situation unfold outside. She saw that the boss had people with him, ready to kill them as soon as the door opened. Before she could react, the others had already grabbed Pat's hand with the gun, trying to pull him back. However, his companions managed to save him and successfully closed the door. In the process, Pat's hand was badly cut, and he was in pain. Just as they shut the door, the guard they had overpowered earlier tried to attack them. To defend against him, Amber attacked, accidentally cutting his neck with a knife, killing him in the process. Though they panicked, they were somewhat prepared for this situation because they knew someone might die here. Afterward, the boss left the room. The group refocused on their mission, resuming their search for an escape route. They decided to go into the bunker they had found under the floor, hoping it would lead to freedom. As soon as they descended, they were relieved to discover that the place was a full-blown lab where chemical substances were being produced. They realized that the gangster, the boss, was trying to hide his illegal business and was worried about the police finding out. Now, Daniel meets the boss outside. The boss tells Daniel, "Go and get that band out of that room." Daniel asks why they are in there. In response, the boss lies to him, saying, "They killed one of our companions." Hearing this, Daniel becomes angry and, in his rage, decides to kill them all. However, the boss stops him, saying, "Don't kill them. Just get them out, inside." The group is shown trying to escape, but no matter what they do, they fail. They realize that their only option is to open the door and come out. As soon as they do, the boss's assistant releases dogs on them. One of the dogs attacks and kills one of their friend. After that, the dog also attacks Amber, but she manages to fight it off and, along with the remaining companions, returns to the green room. Upon re-entering the room, they notice that one of their companions had tried to escape, but was killed by the boss's people outside. Knowing about his death, they lose hope, and their courage is broken. The survivors retreat back into the room and lock themselves inside. The boss tells Daniel, "Go and get them out of the room." Daniel easily breaks down the door and enters the room. Before he can kill or hurt anyone, Amber stops him. She tells him, "Don't kill them. They're innocent. The boss is the one who killed your companion, not them." Daniel is shocked by this revelation and wants to hear the full story of his companion's murder. That's why he sends the other guard out of the room. Amber explains, "Because you and Emily were planning to escape. Only the boss knew about it. The boss discovered Emily's plan, but didn't know she was escaping with you. As you know, the rule in their group is that no one can leave. So, the boss killed Emily." Actually, the boss was also afraid that if a member of the group left, it could prove to be a problem for him in the future. Until now, no one knew that Emily was planning to run away with Daniel. When Daniel sent his companion outside, seeing this, the boss realized something was up. He didn't interfere, but he checked Daniel's car from the outside. When he did, he found Daniel's stuff in the trunk, along with his Emily's belongings and a picture of her. This confirmed to the boss that the Emily's planning to run away with was none other than Daniel. Now, the boss was after Daniel's life too. Meanwhile, in the green room, Daniel had decided to get everyone out alive and well. But as soon as he started to leave, he was killed by his own people because he didn't know that the boss had already discovered the truth and was now targeting him. Outside, the rest dared to move forward, but unfortunately the gangsters opened fire and Sam was killed. Now, only Pat and Amber were left. Scared, they returned to the green room, uncertain of what to do next. The boss didn't try to open the door or get them out. Instead, they left their dog outside and went away. Pat, who was very talented, managed to scare the dog away with strange noises, bringing the situation under a bit of control. Then, Pat also killed the two guards left behind by the boss with their own gun. Seeing the dead guards, the boss's assistant, terrified, emerged from hiding. He feared Pat would kill him too, but Pat didn't, because they needed to hear the plan. The boss's real business was making and smuggling chemical substances. He didn't want the police involved, and because the rock band had discovered his secret, he didn't want to leave any of them alive either. He wanted to eliminate them in a way that wouldn't arouse suspicion. The boss's assistant revealed that they had left the car and petrol stealing kit outside the house, hoping the dogs would attack and kill them, making it seem like they were thieves. The plan had worked to a great extent, but before the dog could kill Pat and Amber, they discovered the whole scheme. With the boss's assistant, they headed outside the boss's house. They could have killed him since their goal was fulfilled, but they didn't. Amber spared him on the condition that he would go and tell the story. Meanwhile, some of the boss's men sensed them and were on their way to kill them, but Amber shot them with her gun. Hearing the gunshots, the boss rushed outside with his pistol, intending to shoot them. But Amber shot and killed him first. In the end, Pat and Amber were shown alive, waiting for the police. They were saddened by their companions' deaths, but remained silent, ending the movie here.